started as my dog eats my socks. I'm so glad the weather is beautiful. Hope you guys get a chance to go outside this weekend or today or sometime because it's like 20 degrees or something.
Yes.
So something crazy.
Tomorrow. So excited.
Yes. Amazing. Yeah. So hopefully enjoy this weather. I hope it stays a little bit longer. So I had a little request from someone to do some like Pilates inspired leg work because they like doing that kind of stuff. I don't know. Are you guys opposed to doing that? Maybe.
I'm fine with whatever.
I think Danu, thank you for there for that one. So feel free if you feel like, you don't want to do it or you want to skip it or just, half-ass it, whatever, do what feels good for you. We will focus on the legs today. So let's have a little bit of fun. Okay, so taking your legs nice and wide, take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep breath. So you're really filling up your lungs. And then as you exhale, coming into a low squat, really using your breath to guide your movement. So inhale, moving your arms like you're moving through water. So being purposeful through your movements and going slow and controlled. Inhaling, going up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Take a nice deep inhale, coming up to standing, and then stop with your arms to parallel. We're going to point 1 foot back, 1 foot to the side, getting ready for a flow. So come into a nice deep stretch. And then as you exhale, come into warrior two stance. So feel free to widen your knees or feet as long as you like to accommodate so that your knee is above the ankle. Inhale, come to extended legs. Exhale, coming into warrior two. So just warming up through the hips, warming up the legs. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and then exhale. We're going to hold it here, warrior two. So you're pausing where your knees above the ankle, and we're going to flow with your arm coming up and over, and exhale, coming into side angle. So staying in this warrior two stance with your legs, and just moving the upper body. Inhale and exhale. Feeling a nice stretch to the sides. So really feeling your breath expanding through your ribs as you inhale. Bring your arm up and over. Exhale, elbow to the side. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to pause here, side angle pose, still holding that warrior two stance. Shoulders are away from the ears, looking up to the inside of your elbow. Now focus on that breath where you really feel the side of your body and your breath is moving all the way from the crown of your head through to the base of your feet. Inhaling nice and slow and controlled. And exhale it out super slow through your nose. One more time. And then exhale, release. Coming up back to warrior two. We're going to extend the leg and come into a triangle stance. You're reaching. Feeling a nice stretch to the inner thigh, hamstring. And you can either rest your hand onto your shin or feel free to come down all the way to the floor for a nice hamstring, inner thigh stretch. Keep your chest nice and open. Shoulders are away from the ears. And you're having one shoulder above the other. So you're really opening up your chest. Feel the side of your body lengthen. Feel the crown of the head push away from your hips. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, rise up, get ready for the other side. So warrior two, pivot your feet, bending your knee above the ankle. Again, let's flow. So inhale, arms up. Exhale to bend. Again, inhale and exhale. And really focus on that external rotation through your hip. Feel that opening up through your hips, warming up the legs. One more time. And exhale, hold it here. Stay in that warrior two stance. Coming into exalted. So inhale, raise your arm up. Exhale, flow to side angle. Again, inhale, exalted. Exhale, side angle. Again, inhale and exhale. Hold it here, side angle pose, looking up to the inside of your elbow. And again, you want to feel the crown of the head is pushing away from the hips and you're grounding through your feet. Feel that breath coming in through the crown of your head. Exhale out through the soles of your feet and then reverse it. Inhale, the breath traveling in through your feet, exiting through the crown of your head. One more long, deep breath. Exhale to come up, back to warrior two. Extend your legs, getting ready for triangle. So reach, reach, reach as far as you can. Let your hip push back. Hand can rest onto your shin or the floor. Looking up to the inside of your hand. Open up your chest. Hold here. Deep breaths. Lengthening the crown of the head away from the hips. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose. One more deep inhale. And then exhale to rise up. Awesome. From here, bring your toes in, heels wide, pigeon-toed, hands onto your hips. Inhale, lift up your chest. As you exhale, bow forward. So feeling a nice hamstring stretch, you can have your hands onto your shins. And if it feels like there's too much pressure on to your head or your eyes, you can stay upright halfway. We're going to go into a gentle twist. So take one hand to the floor underneath your nose. Other hand's going to guide. Look up to your thumb. Nice deep inhale, lengthening the crown of the head away from the hips, lengthening the spine. Inhale again, and then exhale, switch directions. So now other hand onto the floor underneath the nose, gentle twist, looking up to your thumb. Nice deep inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, gentle twist. And also a nice hamstring stretch. So you should feel like you're lifting your tailbone up towards the ceiling and you're leaning forward towards the toes. And then come back to center. Both hands to the floor. Turn your heels in this time. Come into a wide squat. So feel free to modify. You can have your elbows onto your thighs so you don't go all the way down. If you have the flexibility and you feel comfortable, go ahead and come a little bit lower so that the elbows are on the inside of your thighs or your knees. And your elbows are actively pushing gently. So if your knees are going in, you're gently using your arms as resistance to avoid them from going in. You're like kind of helping stretch and work the muscles, inner thighs and hips. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, we're going to come all the way to the floor. So I use one hand behind, one hand in the front to guide, and then we're going to windshield wash side to side. So have both knees to one side, feet are super wide, and then windshield wash other way. And go at your own pace, so feel free to go super slow or quick, whatever feels good for you today. Always listen to your body, listen to what feels good for you today. Feels really good to help with the rotation of the hips. And then from here, come into a butterfly stretch. So knees are at the angle that is comfortable for you. So you can choose a diamond or a little bit smaller, whatever feels good. And you want to tuck your chin, fold forward. So great to do some hip stretches, lower back stretches. Always giving room for the belly and listening to what feels good for you today. Breathing through your back. And then exhale to slowly rise up, coming up. So we're going to get ready for some Pilates work. Here we go. So we're going to start with a tabletop position, hands and knees. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And we're just going to do a side raise with your knee up. And then you're going to hover it down. So what we're working here is the glutes. So this is a nice pace if you want to continue with doing 10 of these. If you want to work a little bit higher or harder, you can challenge yourself and flex your heel and kick it out. So adding on, bringing your knee up to the side, kick your heel out as you lift. So just doing 10 reps each side. I wasn't counting, so I'm just going to do 3 more of these. And then when you're ready to do the other side, feel free to do the version that works for you. So whether it's just lifting your knee up, hover, or adding that kick with the heel out to the side. So again, you should be feeling glutes, quads, working the legs, breathing in through your nose, out through your nose, going at your own pace. So I like to call this one fire hydrant. And then next one, we're just going to cross the back leg over and again add that side kick. So doing 10 of these. So you'll bring it back behind your other leg and kick with the heel if you like. Again, you can always just do the knee raise. Do it feels good. Knee raise, or option, add that heel kick. So with this crossing that knee back behind, you might feel your glutes a little bit more. Opposite glute this time, the one that you're leaning on, because it's working on balancing you. It's kind of a modified curtsy squat is what we're doing. I'm going to do one more.
Pam, I think you muted yourself. Pam, I think you muted yourself.
Glutes, maybe you don't. Maybe you've got super glutes. And then bring your knees nice and wide. Sit back. Give yourself a little hip stretch. I'm just modifying here, keeping my chest a little bit lifted. Knees are super wide, toes are touching, but they don't have to be. And then we're going to come down to our side. So feel free to place a pillow underneath here if that feels more comfortable for you to elevate yourself a little bit. I'll just show you for an example. You can either rest on your head like this, or you can stay up onto your elbow, whatever feels good. Bottom leg is bent to help with stability. Also, the top arm is in front of your belly button to help you from keeping yourself from wobbling side to side. So we're gonna do some of those leg circles we've done previously. So what you're gonna do is lift your leg up hip high and externally rotate, and you're gonna demi foot, pressing with the ball of your foot away. And you're gonna just draw golf ball circles with your demi foot, 10 in one direction and 10 in the other. Once you're done the 10 one direction, doing 10 in the other direction. Super slow and controlled. And it's a nice leg exercise to do while you're lying down, watching TV. And then we're going to do 10 beach ball circles, trying to keep the leg hip high, externally rotated, and just rising up from hip height. So on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then other direction. I'm feeling this. I don't know if you guys are. Hopefully you are. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to take this top leg that was doing all that nice work, cross it over, give it a nice little stretch here, crossing it over your body. And then we'll do the other side. So we're just going to flip it over. I'll just go like this. You can still see me. I'm going to have my head resting on my hand. Bottom leg is slightly bent. Hand in front of the belly button for stability. Starting with the leg circles, external rotation, pressing with the demi foot away. Small golf balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to do beach ball circles. 10, 9. Again, try to stay hip high and go up from there. One direction. Slow and controlled. So we don't want momentum to help drop us down and up. We want to go slow and controlled. And then once you've done 10 in one direction, do 10 in the other. 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to keep the body still. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And so now bring that top leg in front for a little glute stretch. Should feel really good. And then we'll go ahead and do some more leg stretches. So from here, keep the bottom leg crossed under. We're going to take this other leg on top. And we're not going to twist too much. Just hug the knee in towards your chest. And you should already feel a nice glute stretch here. As you inhale, you want to grow tall through the crown. As you exhale, you're sinking through your hips. Chest is lifted. Collarbones are wide. And then go ahead and switch. So bottom leg extends, both legs extend, top leg crosses over, bottom leg folds under. And again, you're just going to hold your knee in towards your chest, sit up nice and tall. So you might feel glutes, you might feel IT band that runs on the outside of your leg, feeling a nice stretch there. Inhale to grow tall, exhale to ground. And then go ahead and release. We'll do a quad stretch. So just leaning to one side, you can go onto your elbow, hold onto your foot, bring your knee back, hip forward, quad stretch. And then switching sides onto the elbow, bending your knee back, hip forward, quad stretch. And then another hamstring stretch. So bringing your feet nice and wide. If you like, you can use a pillow to prop yourself a little bit higher up if that feels better for you. Keeping your feet nice and flexed, inhale both arms up. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bow forward. So you're looking for that nice inner thigh stretch, hip is stretching and opening. As you lean forward, hips are tilting forward, feet are flexed, and you're pressing the heels of your feet away from your body. Feel free to close your eyes now, soften your face, soften your jaw. And we're going to use this time here just to slow things down, calm your body, calm your mind. Inhale through your nose and let it out super slow. And then just walk your hands over to one side. Gentle twist. Again, inhale and exhale. Elbows are slightly bent, shoulders are relaxed. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Switch over, other side. Nice deep inhale, exhale. And then we'll slowly come to a lying position. So if you like, you can use your pillows to prop yourself up just to avoid any pressure. I like to use the pillow right behind the base of my spine so it helps support my back, and I double up on the pillow for my head. So it's like a cascading effect. Head is higher than the heart. And from here, again, you can windshield wipe your knees side to side. Just loosen up any tension here in the hip and groin area. And then we'll do a modified happy baby. So with one foot down, you're gonna hold onto the ankle or foot of the other, and you're gonna bring your knee out to the side towards your ribs, or to the side of your ribs. So what you wanna feel is a nice hamstring groin stretch here. Other leg is bent just to avoid any tension in the lower back, any strain there. And then with that same leg, you're gonna cross it over for a modified pigeon. So feel free, this might be enough, keeping your foot flat. If you want to increase that stretch, go ahead and thread the needle through, pulling your foot towards you. Keeping your foot flexed to protect your knee. And breathe. Again, you can close your eyes. Try to soften your face, soften your jaw, soften the back of your throat. And then switching legs. So bring that foot down, going into that wide happy baby pose, holding onto the outside of your ankle or your foot. Pressing your knee down to the side of your ribs. Closing your eyes. Slowing your breathing. And then come into your pigeon stretch, crossing it over your thigh. Again, this might be enough, just placing your hand gently on your knee away, or thread the needle through, pull your knee in towards you. And then gently release. Take yourself into your modified Shavasana position, whether you want to bend your knees so that your knees and feet are wide so that you can rest your knees on each other. You can have butterfly legs, soles of the feet together. Help again, open up through the hips. Do what feels good for you, or regular corpse legs. And you can also modify your arms. So you can have your arms out to the sides, T position. Maybe you want to have your arms up, eagle arms, so that your elbows are slightly bent, and I have the tips of my fingers touching, even my thumbs are crossed over. Whatever feels good for you for a few moments of quiet meditation. So at this time, closing your eyes, let your head get heavy, let the back of your arms and legs get heavy. Allow your jaw and the back of your throat to soften. Clear your mind of all thoughts. And although that might be difficult to do, just a few moments of where you're not thinking of anything at all, just quieting your mind, it'll be enough to make you feel more refreshed and more focused for later on today. So while you're in your position, I'll just do a little bit of my singing bowls. When you're ready, you can slowly begin to deepen your breathing. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. When you're ready, you can come up to your favorite seated position. Take your time. And then I'd like to finish today with an Om. Just because when I did both my home births, I had a midwife and she told me humming and doing would help with the contractions. And I swear to you, they did. Might not work for everybody, but I want to practice that with you because maybe it'll work for you. So take a nice deep inhale. Thanks so much for joining me today. May you have strength in your bodies, peace in your mind, joy in your heart. Namaste.